An Alaska attorney who has gone up against a drug giant and won has a new target. Jim Gottstein is taking on psychiatry in Alaska for over-prescribing medicine to children. CLT's Rhonda McBride joins us with more on that.
Well, Megan, you may remember that Jim Gottstein was the attorney who forced Eli Lilly to pay more than $1 billion in settlements over the antipsychotic drug Zyprexa. He also heads up a group called the Law Project for Psychiatric Rights, which filed the lawsuit, which it claims is disabling children for life. A growing number of children are prescribed psychiatric drugs, and a growing number of mental health advocates say we should be alarmed because those drugs are often unnecessary.
They're really a chemical lobotomy because that's what they do in the brain.
The list of those named in Jim Gottstein's lawsuit is long. More than a dozen child psychiatrists, health agencies, state officials, and pharmacies that include Walmart, Fred Meyer, and Safeway.
18-year-olds are having heart attacks from these drugs.
Jim Gottstein says he's tried to get the state and Alaska psychiatrists to use more restraint. He says that they're using powerful drugs on children that are intended for adults.
People put on these drugs have a life expectancy of 25 years shorter than the general population. These drugs are so harmful that they literally kill people.
A lot of times it's easier to medicate someone and just kind of have them go numb than to actually help them process all of these emotions.
Candace Tucker was in foster care for 3 years and believes her social workers and doctors relied too heavily on drugs.
I remember every medication I've ever been on. Abilify, Risperdal, Trazodone, and benzotropine for the side effects.
Just a few of more than a dozen drugs she no longer takes and feels she never needed. Candace Tucker believes an antidepressant she was prescribed made her suicidal.
It angers me because there are harmful side effects to these medications. They cause health problems. Half of them aren't even recommended to be used on someone under the age of 18, yet they're being prescribed to 4-year-olds.
Jim Gottstein believes foster children are one of the largest groups of children that are over-medicated in Alaska. He says the goal of the lawsuit is to stop this practice.
Children and youth in foster care basically have no rights. I mean, they're at the whim of the bureaucracy.
We haven't been able to get numbers in terms of how many youth in foster care are on psychiatric medications, and I think that might be because the state doesn't know, and so this is an opportunity for them to look into it.
For now, those named in the lawsuit are largely silent, saying the litigation against them prevents them from discussing the accusations.
It's a huge betrayal of the trust that we've placed in the psychiatrists.
A number of people we spoke with who were named in the lawsuit did say that medications are prescribed safely and responsibly, and the services provided meet national standards. And we also talked with Dr. David Telford, head of the Alaska Psychiatric Association, but he says that he can't comment because he works for one of the organizations named in the lawsuit.
So, Rhonda, what does the lawsuit ask for?
$5,500 for each prescription, and if courts find that doctors prescribed them unnecessarily, well, that could be considered a false claim and Medicaid fraud. So with potentially thousands of prescriptions involved, the amount of money involved could be huge.
All right, thank you. Channel 2's Rhonda McBride reporting tonight.